Hello. I'm so excited because this topic I feel is right now the topic in consciousness and mindset and healing that we need to evolve both as men and as women, because the feminine energy is what connects us to our heart. Hi Alex, I'm so happy you're here. So while the rest are joining, I'm just doing an introduction. Samantha, I'm glad you are here, even if it's 15 minutes. I have to introduce Samantha for those that are joining. Yesterday, do you want to join me? Come on, she's joining me. You're in. I receive you in my energy if you want to join too. Okay, amazing. So, I love that Samantha joined because yesterday I had such a beautiful interview. Well, she was the one that interviewed me with Clara, and I'm so excited. I can't wait for the episode to upload. So you'll let me know, Samantha. And we had such an interesting topic. It was about 50-50 in relationships, which is such a controversial and my jam topic. So I just loved it. Okay, so today I want to focus on the feminine energy. And even if you're a man joining in this life, well, 90% of the people that join me tend to be women, okay? But it's true that many men come to my energy individually, not through social media, more through referrals. But even if I'm talking about the feminine energy, both as men and women, we have this energy, okay? So I am curious what the feminine energy is for you. Thank you, Vanilla and Chocolate loves you. Oh, I love you both, queens. What does the feminine energy, what do you think the feminine energy is? Let's go for it. I wanna see what's in your mind. And from there, like, we dive. You know that for those that don't know me, I just don't like preparing this. I feel that when you bring like your energy, bring me questions, appear live, I channel what has to be channeled, and that's where embodiment lies, which I'll be talking about embodiment. Okay, somebody's writing in the chat. Feminine energy, creativity. Okay, what else? What else? What is feminine energy for you guys? For Gia, Alice, Sylvia, Nicole, Alex, for those joining. What do you feel the feminine represents? What else apart from creativity? And it's important that we understand that when I'm talking about feminine energy, many people think that this is femininity or female, but no. Important, and if I have to repeat myself, repeat, but this is something that I want to clarify. Men and women have masculine and feminine energy. Now, today I'm talking about the feminine. Maybe another day we'll talk about the masculine. So I want to know what you think the feminine energy is, or how do you feel that in you, or what do you perceive in you that the feminine is? Okay. Caring, loving, love it. Caring and loving, calming. Ooh, this is a beautiful word. Receiving. Okay, go deeper there, Alexandra, if you want to talk about receiving there. Receiving. I don't know. Okay, amazing. You don't have to know. I want to see what's in your mind. Uh, beauty and empathy. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's start diving deeper. I want you to I want you to think, no, when you are a baby, when you're born, you have a dad, you have a mom, no, by nature, and the representation of a feminine energy is the representation of the relationship that we have to our mother. Okay, so how we relate to our feminine energy as men and women is the relationship that we experience with mom. So if you realize when you were a kid, no, all of the things that you wrote here. Mom, no, to, so if the kid, for the kid to survive, you need a caring, a loving mom, that she's there. You are receiving. Alexandra said receiving. How do we receive? We receive through breastfeeding, through her, through the food that she makes for us, through her love, through her nurture. Okay, so I want you to understand, no, what by essence and how nature is constantly allowing us to observe ourselves. Through nature, we are discovering as well our natural essence. Okay, so predominantly, women tend to be more in their feminine energy. That doesn't mean they don't have masculine energy. They do. And this is about awakening both, but now we'll dive into that part. And men as well, but men tend to be more predominantly in the masculine. Now, what happens? Which is the topic of today. That was just a brief introduction. All the associations that we carry due to culture, due to conditioning, due to society, due to the education that we have received both in school or also through our parents, the narrative or the conditioning that we've received is that the feminine is wrong, the feminine equals weakness. And how does this reflect? In business a lot, and in our relationships, which are our biggest mirrors, our career and our relationships. Now, what is happening now and why more than ever women have this deep yearning to connect more to the feminine, which is this loving energy, this caring, this empathy, this nurture, this heart opening, our sensuality. Okay, nobody said here sensuality, but the feminine energy is connected as well to our sensuality and our sexual energy. So we start to receive in this conditioning and these messages of the feminine is wrong or weak. And we go to a pole, especially in Korea, in which we awaken more our masculine energy, more in this doing mode. I would say the unhealthy masculine, which is sacrifice, struggle, constantly in this doing and not going inwards but outwards, right? This energy that is in an action oriented, fire oriented. So as women, we go to that pole, and what we start to realize is that we feel more frustrated, or we don't truly feel whole and fulfilled, because we are disconnecting from our essence. We are disconnecting from our sensitivity. We are disconnecting from our love. Now, this is about awakening both our energies and knowing which one do we tend to connect more or less. So I would love to know more in the chat, because this is a question that I received. Several of you messaged me the same question, which was how can I use more my feminine in business, and how do I know when I'm using my masculine or feminine? So I would love to know if you can write in the chat, how do you feel when you are in this career or business or this success oriented person? How do you feel you operate more from? Do you feel you're operating more from this soft energy, loving energy, or are you more in this hustle, grind, doing? My chocolate queen is here. Yay. Okay. So I would love to masculine. Okay. Samantha says that in business she tends to go more to the masculine. Where do you notice you go more into the masculine? In what traits? In what feelings? And this is so common for many women. Oh, bless you. You are beautiful. Okay. How do you feel you connect more to the masculine in business? Where do you feel it? In what ways? You're more oriented in money. Okay, fighting, interesting. Fighting. Okay, Alice, my love, I'm so happy to have you. We're talking about the feminine in business. So you can share your opinion. Where do you tend to go to? So some of you are saying masculine. Okay. So yeah, you focus more on the money, which is a representation of a masculine energy. Okay. And I want to understand why money is a representation of the masculine energy, because money for us represents safety, security. So when we tend to constantly focus on that area, that was me, is because we perceive we are missing this masculine energy within us. So we try to fill that void through the external. Call it man, call it a man, call it money. And it's what I was talking with Samantha and Clara in the interview yesterday, that when we tend to go into this energy, what happens is that we feel that we're not self-sourced, that we're trying to fill a void constantly with something external. So we are not feeling this wholeness and richness from the inside, which is what we really want to create. So anything external adds up, versus I need the money to feel safe, or I need a man to feel protected or provided, is I am creating it within me. So the outer world mirrors me that as well, and it adds up, which is a very different energy, adds up than need. Okay, so how can we start embodying this feminine energy both in our career and in our also our relationship? If you have one, and if you don't, it doesn't matter, because in the end you want to be more in your essence. Okay, and from there you are going to attract that man that is predominantly in his masculine. Okay, so this is about you. Any external relationship is a reflection of you. This is important. Everything external, any relationship that you have with men, with women, with money, with business, is a reflection of you. This is why, again, when we are constantly in this looking for money versus connecting more to our purpose, and we are solely money oriented, it's because we are perceiving this strength and safety within us, and we think money is going to give us that. But if we don't create it first within, everything outside is going to keep mirroring these fears, these insecurities. And this is so important, because unless we create it vibrationally at a mental, emotional, energetic level within, you are not going to experience it without to its fullest. Or you are going to stay in places that you don't want, that you don't love, that you don't fully feel alive, because that's what you think. That's the only way to make money, or what you perceive that you are unconsciously worthy of. Okay, so hi Meredith, I'm so happy you're here. So how can we start awakening this feminine energy, especially in business? Okay, especially in career. I'm going to give an example in business and also relationships. Okay, and please ask me anything. So what I noticed is that by nature, my essence is feminine. And when I created, and I'm going to give like my own personal story, because I feel it's going to reach the person that needs to hear this. It comes from embodiment and what I did. So for me, I've always very much connected to my heart, to service. I was a teacher. I studied psychology. I was in a psychology center as well. So I also studied to be a high school teacher, and I was always very connected to my heart, to this purpose, to this service, which is very connected to the feminine, to the nurture, to the caring, to the love, to trying to help always human beings to expand and evolve. Now, what did I feel? That my energy at work was constantly out, giving, and I was receiving very little. So I was connected purpose-wise to my feminine, but I was blocking my receiving, because the associations that I had with receiving money was through constantly effort, sacrifice, doing something that doesn't truly connect to. So my unconscious was blocking me to receive more money through what I was truly passionate. And this happens to many people that are very purpose driven. We associate purpose to lack, okay, due to the reference that we had, which come from other timelines. Now, this starts blocking our money income, because the only way that we have associated at an unconscious level, I'm talking here, is that the only way that I can create money is through struggle, through proving my worth. And this is why many people go to these marketing strategies and this and that, and are constantly doing, sacrificing, feel that they're in a constant battle. Someone said fighting, draining their energy, and that is what slowly disconnects us from our feminine essence. So the work that I started doing was inside me. It wasn't outside. It wasn't I have to change my job, my career path. That was later the consequence. It was I have to work on my inside, on the subconscious beliefs, patterns, emotions, and associations that I have on being in my feminine, and at the same time making money from that energy. And I saw that the way that I perceived my feminine was weak, wrong. If I'm in my feminine, they can hurt me. And this came deeply because as women, there is so much projection, no slut projection, shame projection. When we see a woman in their sensuality or sexuality or in total liberation, we tend to judge. We project our own fears. And this has happened at a subtle level. And this happens both in men and women, that we tend to judge or project or feel triggered by women that are connected to their feminine, that are connected to the sensual energy, that are connected to the sexual energy. We make them wrong. So, of course, if we make that feminine energy, which is the life force, connected to a sexual energy, which is the creativity, which is the love, why would we connect to it? If a part of you sees the feminine as unsafe because it's dangerous, people can judge you, you can stay alone, maybe you don't even make money, this and that. It's important first, the first step here that I want to bring to this life is that you bring awareness to how you feel triggered when other women are in the feminine, because this is a part of you rejecting you. And same for men. When they see a man maybe in touch with their emotions, look at what we say. No, oh, what a pussy, or what a blah blah blah, and we shame them as well. And the feminine is connected in both men and women to our emotions, and emotions are part of a human experience. And through our subconscious, which is also connected to our emotions, we are creating our whole reality. The life that we see in right now is based on our subconscious, on what we believe about ourselves, on what we believe around making money, of what we believe around being in our feminine. So many women that are connected to the feminine, they lack maybe that money because they don't know how to create that money or that wealth from their feminine essence. So they're constantly looking for something external to fill again that void. And others that are making money, they are operating from their masculine, this constant unhealthy part of the masculine, which is the sacrifice, the struggle, and constantly in this doing mode and feeling guilty when slowing down. That what happens is that we feel very frustrated and we feel empty. So the first step is seeing, one, in what way are you creating? From what actions do you tend to take? Are they more masculine energy oriented, or do you connect more to your feminine, to the love, to the service, to your sensuality, to your body? And number two is the awareness of what parts of you feel triggered by other women, because those are the parts that you are rejecting within you. I would feel so triggered when I would see a woman making a lot of money, okay? Making a lot of money in their sensuality, expression, moving their body. I was like, how is that? Business is not like that. Business is more serious, da da da. But a part of me desire to express through my own unique essence and authenticity and create abundance in all its forms. So I had to look within. And looking within is uncomfortable at many moments because you have to be very honest with yourself. How you relate to women is how you relate into your feminine energy as well. Do you tend to judge? Do you tend to compare? Do you feel it's never enough? Or do you feel more loving, more inspired, more supportive? And be honest with you. You don't have to bring it to me. This is for you to see, to bring awareness so we start to integrate those parts. Why integrating them? Because if what we've received from our feminine energy is oppression, shame, we've made it wrong, and this causes so much separation in ourselves. And what we want to start is integrating those parts that were made wrong, embracing them, and that's how we start to create wholeness and more love within ourselves. And this is when a woman starts to feel safe again in her body. And when you feel safe in your body, you are connected to this aliveness that comes from this pleasure, this sensual energy, this sexual energy. And when I'm saying sexual energy, it is not sex only. That can be a byproduct of it. We have different energy centers. We are vibration, we are energy. And our sexual energy is what creates life. It's the life force that we have within us. And a woman that disconnects from her feminine is a woman that disconnects to this life force, this sexual energy. She makes it wrong. Or the only way that she knows how to use it is for attention or to attract. Or this is the only way that I'm going to be loved. Versus of a form of liberation and expression, which is very different. Or through your creativity, creating ideas, creating a new project. Okay? So what we are returning to start embodying and awakening this feminine energy, it starts by seeing all the parts that were made wrong when you were in this energy. For me, and I feel for many women know that are by essence more in their feminine, this creates a lot of judgments and triggers. So what we tend to do is we dim our light. We tend to dim our light because we feel so uncomfortable shining because maybe others project their own, fears. That is projection. We are projecting our own insecurities. So since when you express more or shine or connect more to your essence and authenticity and you were made wrong, you were judged, or you were bullied back then, or you were left out or abandoned or betrayed, this creates in our body safety. So we disconnect from this power. This is why for me the most important part of this work is actually seeing which parts were made wrong, which is our shadow, to start integrating so you become more you. And more you is with less masks, with less fears, embracing them, loving you no matter what, versus hiding certain parts of you in case somebody dislikes it. And in order to be you to your fullest, yes, many people will judge. Yes, many people will have an opinion. But when you feel so safe being you, embodied in your feminine, you are you're literally going to give 3 Fs of what others project. Because you know that those that are saying those things or projecting their own fears are those that are not living their truth. So that is the most important part. Start seeing what parts were made wrong, which are repressed within you. So we start integrating them. So we start awakening them from a place of love and a different awareness and consciousness. because you're not the same person you were 2 years ago, 10 years ago, or as a teenager when you experienced maybe that level of trauma or projections. Okay, beautiful. Questions around this, because this is such a profound topic, and I come live to give you, those little breakthroughs, and those that want to go deeper, that my inbox is always open, and I have different programs in which I dive deep into this. But if today you start bringing this awareness, those breakthroughs, it starts clicking, I'm already planting the seed for you to expand. No matter if later you decide to go deeper within me or with somebody else. But you're already in this path of growth and evolution, which is what I want for you. Okay. Questions around it. Meredith, I don't know if I answered your question. Let me know, okay? If not, ask it again. And for Samantha and Clara, if you're here, I love so much your interview. There was so much to say. So if you want to ask something else, I feel that your question is always very powerful. If you're still here, because I know you had to go. Beautiful. Let's see this question. Regarding this subject, I would like to ask that how do I know if I should operate from my feminine or masculine in different situations? We operate from both, okay? It is, if you want, you can give me a day-to-day situation for us to explore it. It doesn't you don't have to bring me something very intimate. It's just a day-to-day situation so I can bring it here. Okay, because I feel this is actually an important question, and that many people have this in their mind. You shouldn't have to I should operate from this. It's when you start connecting more to your essence, your actions flow naturally. For me, my essence is feminine, which is again nurture, love. So when I'm not there, I feel very disconnected. Now put me a task, for example, which I would hate, of numbers, Excel, this and that. For me, it's more logical, masculine oriented, no? So that would make me feel very frustrated. Why? Because I want to express from a different place, and this is the way that I'm expressing now. Okay, and many people stay in this in places they don't want to. Okay, for example, at work, making sales calls, beautiful. I love, because look, sales, many people work with many people in sales, so they connect more to the feminine, because usually the sales courses that they find and strategies are very shark oriented, constantly very feisty, aggressive, you should buy this, this and that. I feel that this is not abundance. I feel this type of sales are actually operating from fear and lack of, I need money. For me, the way that I see sales, okay, this is my personal opinion. You can take it or not. But for me, sales is very connected to service. I want so many people transforming their lives, and I know the results that my clients have, that my community has, how they expand so quick, how they are transforming their relationships, their money, their businesses, their fears, their life from the inside out, that if I don't talk about what I do, I feel that I would be doing a disservice to me, because this is what lights me up and what I live for and embody on my day-to-day, and that I would do a disservice to you. Now, the way that I express it isn't, oh, Marriott, you have to come to my energy, do this, pay now, da 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 da. No, it comes from, my DMs are open, my energy is open and ready to receive you when you decide. There is no right moment, because our mind is always going to find excuses, that for sure. But when you decide, I'm here. There is no push, there is no struggle, there is not an energy of lack. What happens? I attract people that are aligned and are vibrating in abundance, and that they pay my services with so much love, because I'm vibrating there. And those that are not aligned, or they disappear, or they don't come, or they don't consume my content, or they don't enter my energy, or they don't appear in this life, for example. Okay, so it's not you should operate from one or another. It's what feels expansive for you. Does it feel expansive making a sales calls from struggle, or does it feel more expansive of knowing what the person needs, which is the feminine? You have this sensitivity to perceive what the person needs, and you are going to give him or her the best. And maybe the best is the cheapest, or maybe the best for that person is the most expensive one. But that's, the professional in integrity and in the feminine is going to perceive it and see, this is good for you, this isn't. Okay, that is the feminine energy. Now the masculine later is taking the action. Instead of procrastinating that call, is like, no, let's hop on a call now. Boom. That's the direction. The masculine is also, I'm in my masculine in this life, feminine and masculine. My feminine here right now is, I want to serve you, I nurture you, I hold space for you, your emotions. I feel what you need and I channel what you need to receive. That is my feminine. But my masculine is also my presence. It's my strength and my power on the way that I express. Why? Because I am so secure in my body, in this work, because I've embodied it and keep embodying it, that my masculine feels safe. So it shows up. If I say at 4:30 I have a life, I show up and I'm here. That is my masculine. Is this answering your question? Let me know, please, because I think I went a bit more deeper. But let me know, because I want you to see yourself in that call. Your masculine would be, okay, I go and jump on a call. But your feminine is, I listen to you. I'm here. And I feel now like this feminine, as Alexandra said, connected to the receiving, it is also this surrender energy. This surrender energy, so for example, those that are in this path of growth, or spiritual path, or whatever resonates with you, I just don't like putting names. That's what I struggle the most. But those in this path of expansion, right? We want to connect more to these high vibrational states, like I don't know, constantly being in joy or manifesting through a high vibration. But the feminine is connecting to our body and to our human experience. And in our human experience, we are feeling the whole range of emotions. And the whole range of emotions is, there is rage within me. And we have it within us for those years of oppression. There is shame within me. There is sadness within me. And it's embracing also that human part, because that is the highest vibration. The highest vibration is love. And love comes when you're embracing all of you, not only the parts that feel good or your light. It is embracing the parts that you tend to hide. That is embodiment, being in our body, our connection to this life, our connection as well to this human experience. So I feel this is important because many of us feel that manifestation. Someone asked me, well, yesterday when I was in the interview, Samantha was like, you're such a powerful manifester. I need to know how to manifest more. And I was like, you're always manifesting. Manifestation is being aware of something that already exists. But we see from the lens that we have, which is our own mindset, our emotions, our woundings, our fears. And this is how we perceive life. So we are constantly manifesting. If you want to manifest a different reality, instead of rejection, what your present moment is telling you, it's, wow, there is so much information in this present moment that I get to see me. My bank account is a reflection. The way that I create money is a reflection. My body and how I relate to my body is a reflection. And when I say body, it's not, oh, I'm thin, or that means it's good. Oh, I'm not thin, that means it's bad. No, It's where I'm relating with my body. Am I embracing it? I'm in touch. Am I in love? That is love. Not, oh, will love me when I change this part of me. Okay, so you're in your present moment, there's so much information, vibrational information for you to discover you. So I'm always observing myself, the way that I'm creating money, impact. The clients that I attract are an extension of me as well. The people in this live as well, they're an extension of this energy right now. So everything, I don't separate. I'm seeing myself through different things in life, through body, money, business, career, purpose. Okay, and that is the feminine, when there is union. The feminine and masculine is in union, when there is no separation. You don't separate from the external. This means that you see yourself through the external, that life is only a mirror. It's mirroring parts of you. This is why I love this famous ancient quote, so within, so without. Your inner world is a reflection of what you see outside, and vice versa. What you see outside is reflecting parts within you. So instead of blaming or fighting, it's becoming curious around it. Okay, more questions. And while you write the questions, thanks, James. Bless. So, how can we start awakening this feminine within us? How can we start embodying our own sensuality? Observing all the associations, or some of the associations, because it's never all. Couldn't reframe that. This is the path. But seeing the associations that you have around, or what you experienced as a child, as a teenager, when you were in the feminine. What parts are you hiding? What parts tend to trigger you? And the other one is, how can I start connecting more to those things? Beautiful. That was my next question. You see, I read your energy when you come here, girl. That is my superpower, reading your energy. So, and I read it better when I see your face. But this is also out of my comfort zone, because I love seeing faces. But still, I show up and that's it. And you're going to get what you need. So how can we start awakening it? Connecting more to our love. What makes you feel in love? What connects you to passion? What connects you to nurture? And maybe this is cooking, maybe this is nature, maybe this is more family oriented, maybe this is service, maybe this is your career, okay? And start to connect more to love, okay? And the other one is, how can we start embodying our sensual energy? Our sensual energy represents how connected we are to our senses, to our pleasure, to our aliveness. What happens? Many of us have been disconnected to our body, because the narrative that we received is disconnect from your body. Your body is not a safe space, making it wrong, shaming our sexuality, shaming this energy that we have as women in our sensuality. So what happens? We disconnect from our body, and we don't even feel comfortable in our skin. We don't self-soothe us, we don't hug us, we don't touch us. We are super disconnected from our body. So embodying our sensual energy is starting to get more tuned into your body through maybe movement. I, for example, do many embodiment practices, and this is something that I am bringing now next month to my group. I'm going to do as well an open door of 1 month accelerator to embody our feminine energy, our sensuality, sexual energy, and how this impacts in our career and in our relationship. I feel very called around that topic and bringing many different somatic practices. So if you're curious, you can message me and I can give you more information around that. So how can we start connecting more to our body, to our sensuality? How can we start? We can do this through movement. We can do this through self-soothing, feeling more safe and touching our skin. I'm constantly hugging myself, thanking me like I'm in touch with my body. Before, I wouldn't even like cream or something like that. I would be like, ugh, no. So just imagine, feel how you feel, if you feel comfortable as well hugging in the touch, because many of us close, right? So embodying our sensual energy, the more we embody and the more we are going to connect to our pleasure. And when we are more connected to this frequency, we're enjoying more life. There is more aliveness within us. But we disconnect from this energy when being in our feminine felt unsafe due to the experiences that we had, which looks like the ones that I said at the beginning. When you shine to your fullest and when you become more authentic, or when you express parts of you, maybe your fun part, your sexual part, if you were shamed, you started to create separation in you and unsafety in you. And this is what disconnects us to our sensuality, to a sexual energy. So embodying and awakening again this energy is connecting more to our body. So I invite you to message me if this is something that draws you, because I'm going to open 1 month, okay, embodying this energy, this sensuality, our feminine. How does this impact our finances, our money income? How does this impact our relationship as well, with men attracting more man in his masculine that wants to protect you, love you, but at the same time you don't need that because you're your own self source. So I'm going to be diving deep into that. If this is a step that you yet don't want to take, or you're not even interested, but you are curious on how to feel more connected to your sensuality, start to practice disciplines that connect you to movement, maybe dancing, maybe something that connects you to somatic. You're also welcome to join one of my events in which I bring these practices, okay, and in person and sometimes online. So for those that are willing to dive deeper, I'm just so excited to see what awakes within you as a woman, because I feel that a woman that is connected to this energy is a woman that is truly empowered. It's a woman that is so connected to this life force, to this energy of attraction and magnetism, that you start to feel richness of it all. Richness of love, richness of spirituality, richness of joy, richness of pleasure, richness of money, richness of purpose, richness of impact. Because you feel so alive that that energy, you know how to channel it and create things and awake a part of you that is very magnetic. Okay? So I am just really excited to see how this starts to awaken within you. And I'm going to leave it here. If there are more questions or more questions come up, for those that are watching replay, my inboxes are always open and I can discuss these questions in our live energy. Ellie, you come late. We are finishing. Well, I finished already. Do you have a question before I leave? You are privileged. If you have any question, you can ask now. If not, watch the replay. Okay. No. Do you have any question, darling? No? We talked about the feminine. Okay, awesome. So, love you all. Thanks for joining. Thanks as well for those that are catching on the replay. Please share it with a woman that wants to start to awaken this, that wants to start owning those triggers and that parts of herself that she started to repress. And I'm very curious in you bringing to me the things that you saw, or the things that you journaled, or your insights, so I can bring also these things into our live session and go a bit deeper. So have a beautiful afternoon. Bye bye for now.